Old Stubborn Batch 2. Is it as good, worse, or better than Old Stubborn Batch 1? Stick around to find out. Welcome back, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time stopping by. My name is Austin, and today I'm going to be reviewing Old Stubborn Batch 2. If you saw my last video, I did a review of the Daniel Weller, and that was generously donated by Bill Kavanaugh. This is also a Bill Kavanaugh sample that I got after participating in a live stream with Stuff and Whiskey, Aaron and Josh, back in December. So I didn't know he was sending this one. I knew he was sending some samples after the live stream was over, and I was really happy for this one to pop up, mainly because my very second review on this channel was Old Stubborn Batch 1. It was like a blend of 11 and 13 year barrels of Virginia wheated pot still bourbon. MSRP was $250 on them. The highest I saw secondary go up to them was $400, and then they come back down. And I was pretty disappointed in it. I was a little bit, I wouldn't say I was harsh on it, but a little bit. Very chocolate, raspberry, cream, nutty, funky, and it just wasn't my particular jam. Actually, gave the last few pours away to my buddy who really did enjoy it. So unfortunately, I won't be able to compare Batch 2 to Batch 1, but I have a very strong sense of what it tastes like. I remember that very, very distinctly. And I did drink most of that bottle. So let's get into Batch 2. I think I saw this was between, I don't know, 10 and 12, 11 and 12 year barrels. It's very similar, same distillery. They're still pot stilled. I want to say that this one might not have a wheated mash bill though. I'm pretty sure it does not. The proof on this is 123.8 proof. So it hits a lot of the same specs as the first one did. Just, I want to say it's probably a different recipe. The color is really dark on this. I remember the Old Stubborn Batch 1 was pretty dark as well. Before I get into this, please like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out getting those subscription numbers up, the watch numbers up. You know, it's the same old thing that every channel says. It really does help though. Okay. So that funky nuttiness from Batch 1, it's nowhere near as prevalent. There's like the slightest bit of like a peanut, but not like Batch 1. It's rich. There's a little bit of that craftiness starting to come out now. I'm getting like a little bit of a cherry or red fruit. It just smells syrupy and thick. Wow, on the nose, I already like this one much more. And I did hear that Batch 2 was better than Batch 1 from various websites, and I don't think I know anybody personally that I've spoken to it about, but that's kind of what was going around on the interwebs. Yeah, there's this dark caramel, almost maple syrup. There is a little bit of nuttiness or craftiness. It was probably from the pot still. And I think it's not as prevalent because I don't think it has that weedy, musty funk to it that a lot of weeders have. Yeah, the finish stays forever. It has, like, there's some cinnamon on the back end. There is that kind of maple syrup thickness that goes throughout. There is the nuttiness. I'm not finding too much red fruit. Like the last one had a ton of raspberry. Maybe a little bit. There's something else in there that I'm having a hard time picking up on. I don't know. I could see it being similar to a Heaven Hill or maybe a Jim Beam product. I like how dark it is. That's nice. That crafty note is still there. I like the proof point. The 123.8 is a nice proof point on that. This is good. I definitely like this more than batch 1. They just drink completely differently. I still don't know if I would jump on 250 for this. I think you could get other things for a lot cheaper that are close enough, and I would actually prefer. Like, I would prefer a really good Booker's batch over this. I would prefer most, if not all, ECBP batches to this. So the $70 to $100 range. I mean, you can get something that, in my opinion, is better. I get Ed Bly, the owner, has to source these, and it's like super small batch, like 10 to, I don't know, however many barrels. It's a very, very small amount of barrels that go into these though. So I get that's gonna drive the price point up, and the bottles are pretty ornate, so I'm guessing it comes in a tube. So I'm guessing all of that packaging material is gonna bring the price up as well. But I do like it more. I'm still just not sold on the Old Stubborn lineup, I guess. But it is nice to see that it has improved. I wonder what they are going to do with the batch 3 and future batches, if they're going to keep it used, like sourcing from this Virginia pot still, or if, I mean, at some point I would think, because I heard the pot still was decommissioned, so I think at some point those barrels will run out. So it'd be interesting to see what future releases look like. But as far as batch 1 and 2, I am a pass on both of them, but that's okay. They're not for everybody. I do know that the people who like them tend to really like them. So if anything I described is in your wheelhouse, or you gravitate to some of those crafty notes, then you probably would like it. But personally, just not exactly for me, but that's okay. I think my next video, is going to be a giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed when that one comes out. And yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this. So see you on that one. That one's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that one a lot. And that's it. As always, the bourbon experience is all about good pours and great times with whoever with. Whiskey meant to be enjoyed, so crack those bottles. Cheers. Okay, on that last sip, I did get this like cherry cola note, which was pretty nice. My opinion doesn't change on it, but that last sip was the best of them all.